Boom. All right, it's 7 o'clock. I think it's time to go. Hello, good people of the interwebs. Welcome to my dining room, and I'm here to play some music for you. My name is Brendan Taff, and we're going to start with a song called Trouble. Oh Lordy me, oh Lordy mine, I see when I ain't got a dime. When your troubles are so deep that you can't eat nor sleep, I see when your troubles are like mine. See when your troubles are like mine. I asked the captain for a job. He said, son, what can you do? I can line a jack the track, I can bar a jack, I can pick and shovel too. Pick and shovel too. Never been a man turning down a hand. I'm afraid today might be the day. The times they are so hard, I got no gravel in my yard. Son, I think I cannot make your pay. Do not think that I can make your pay. Believe I'll head on down the line where that sun never shines. Place where them lonesome winds do blow. I want nothing in this world but that loving little girl. Lord, how I miss her when I go. Lord, how I miss her when I go. Oh Lord me, oh Lordy mine, I see you when I ain't got a dime. When your troubles are so deep that you can't eat nor sleep, I see you when your troubles are like mine. I see you when your troubles are like mine. I see you when your troubles are like mine. See you when your troubles are like mine. Yeah, so that was a song called Trouble. It seemed like the song to start off with because, we're all facing some troubles right now. And I love that line, I'll see you when your troubles are like mine. Like, that is a thing that can unite us. We're all united in facing this pandemic and everything that's come with it. And obviously, one of the big challenges is that we don't get to be together at a wonderful festival and hang out. And I'm just so thankful that the folks at Golden Link and with the Turtle Hill Festival decided to push on. And it's not what it was, and hopefully not what it will be again in the future. But we're still trying to share some music, and that feels real important. So thank you to Turtle Hill, Golden Link for putting this all together, for having me be a part of it. I really appreciate that. And thank you too to the Folk Music Notebook who's broadcasting this to kind of spread the love that little bit further. So, so that was Trouble. And if that was a song with, like, you know, potentially like deep meanings and reverberations in your life, here's one that doesn't really. This is just a fun little ditty, as it were, about groundhogs. I don't know if there are gardeners out there among you. I kind of imagine there are some gardeners out there among you. I'm trying to talk, by the way, long enough to cover the fact that I need to retune my banjo and avoid the dreaded banjo jokes. Anyhow, if there, this is great. I can just like tell the stories that amuse me, and I don't like you're either laughing or you're not. But you know, it's an audience of one as far as the bad jokes go. Anyhow, I don't know if there are any gardeners among you. I love to garden, and which has been it's actually been one of the gifts of the pandemic. It's, you know, there's been a lot that's been taken away, but it's also, I have to admit, it's been great to like spend the summer at home. And I live in this old house. You can see a little part of it. I would show you the rest of it, but it would mess up this carefully calibrated setup, so that will have to wait. But this house was built in 1796, and I bought it 2 years ago and gutted it, and there's a lot to do. So been doing that this summer, and also making the garden bigger. So you can imagine my dismay when some groundhogs started invading my newly expanded garden. It was very disappointing. But the groundhog stew was kind of tasty, and I think made me a better banjo player. So. Shoulder up your gun, whistle up your dog. Shoulder up your gun and whistle up your dog. We're off to the woods for to catch a groundhog. Yankee tell me day. Here comes Sal with a 10-foot pole. Here comes Sal with a 10-foot pole. Gonna twist that whistle pig out of his hole. Yankee tell me day. You eat up the meat, save the hide. You eat up the meat, you save the hide. The best darn shoestring ever was tied. Yankee tell me day. What comes next? You watch them fellas, they're about to fall. Watch them fellas, they're about to fall. They eat till the britches won't button out tall. Yankee tell me day. Here comes Sal with a snicker and a grin. Here comes Sal with a snicker and a grin. Groundhog gravy all over her chin. Yankee tell me day. A little piece of cornbread laying on the shelf. There's a little piece of cornbread laying on the shelf. If you want any more, you can grab it yourself. Yankee tell me day. Blah, blah, blah. Shoulder up your gun and whistle up your dog. Shoulder up your gun and whistle up your dog. We're off to the woods for to catch a groundhog. Yankee tell me day. Yeah, like I said, no theses are going to be written about this song, but I loved it as a kid, and I still love it now. Probably most known to people through that great Doc Watson version, but everyone does that song. All right. One of the other advantages of being at home is I can just have a whole mess of instruments set up. So I'm going to change and throw something else your way. Sorry, buddy. I have a dog who will wander in and out of the video frame. Train on, sorry. Train on the island, headed for the west. Run and tell my true love, she's the one I love the best. I can't hold the wheel. Train on the island, I thought I heard it squeal. Run and tell my true love how happy I do feel. I can't hold the wheel. Going round the mountain just to hear that banjo ring. Going round the other side just to hear my darling sing. I can't hold the wheel. Train on the island, I thought I heard it blow. Run and tell my true love, I'm sick and I can't go. I can't hold the wheel. Train on the island, it's headed for the north. Go and tell my true love, I don't know what she's worth. I can't hold the wheel. Steam from the whistle, smoke from the stack. Gonna catch that 518, I ain't never coming back. I can't hold the wheel. Train on the island, thought I heard his squeal. Run and tell my true love, I can't hold the wheel. I can't hold the wheel. Train on the island, I thought I heard it squeal. Run and tell my true love, I can't hold the wheel. I can't hold the wheel. I can't hold the wheel. So that, it's a traditional Appalachian song called Train on the Island. A bunch of different versions of that. It's kind of a version of John Henry. Wade Ward is source of some of the versions. And so that's a traditional song, but it's played on this instrument, which is not a traditional instrument. I'm putting that closer. This is, if you can see that, it's an mbira. It's a little hard to say the first time. M-B-I-R-A, if that helps. And the mnemonic that helps some folks is beer, and like I said, dorky jokes. It's an this is from Zimbabwe. It is a very powerful and deep part of the Shona tradition. Very similar instruments are played throughout Eastern Africa. Up as far north, there's a strong tradition in Tanzania. I think once it starts to peter out up around Rwanda. And then, oddly, it doesn't extend that far south into South Africa, but very strong in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi, up into Tanzania and Kenya. But this particular version of it is Zimbabwean. And I have been playing traditional Zimbabwean music for gosh, a dozen years now, I guess. Time flies. And a while back, I was really deeply obsessed with traditional Shona music, and um, was equally obsessed with my friend Adam Hurt's album called Earth Tones, which is solo gourd banjo, which is like the banjo album for people who don't even like banjo. It's just such a musical, so gorgeously musical, the whole thing. And I was listening to that a lot and was playing this a lot, and wrote Adam and said, "Hey man, I have this idea. I think these two instruments would sound really good together." So we got together and worked some stuff out and made an album that's called Can't Hold the Wheel. And that was the very first song we figured out, Train on the Island. So while we're home, and while I'm home, you're home too, I thought one thing to take advantage of, like I said, was having lots of different instruments. And one of them I actually just got yesterday. Just came in the mail yesterday. This imbira came to me from my teacher in Zimbabwe. I'm going to leave the mic and just bring it up to the camera so you can see it up close. My teacher in Zimbabwe wrote, and they're really struggling. Zimbabwe's really been struggling for a long time, and this pandemic is just one more thing on top of a lot of other things. And so he said he really needed help. So I being like most folk musicians, a rich man of leisure. That's not true, but money goes a lot farther in Zimbabwe than it does here. So I sent him some money, and he sent me this instrument, and it just got here. And so I thought I'd take the opportunity to play you a little bit of what traditional Shona music sounds like. Because for years I've been doing this thing of American songs on the Zimbabwean instrument, but this is the kind of the contextual piece. So you can see that a thing that this has that mine doesn't are these bottle caps, and this must be a brand of beer that came out since I was there last. I don't recognize the brand, but it's the buzz that you're going to hear, which may drive your Western ears a little crazy. It certainly took me a little while to get used to it. It's very intentional. The buzz is part of the sound. So I'm going to play just a little bit of what a traditional piece would sound like. And then if you were in Zimbabwe, you would mostly see people playing by putting them in this, which is called a deze, and it's a resonator. Traditionally, it's made out of a big calabash. This particular one is fiberglass that was molded off of a calabash gourd, fiberglass being significantly more durable than the actual gourd, although I do think the real gourds sound a bit better, but for our purposes, I think this will be fine. So you can hear that putting it in the deze, it both changes the volume, obviously, it makes it louder, but it also kind of changes the quality of the sound. It, to my ear, like you can hear the fundamentals a little bit more from the note, and the kind of the buzz comes a bit more into balance. So I'm going to play you a very, very old piece called Nema Musasa, which means gathering shelter. And when we say old in the context of Imbira, there have been archaeological finds of the instrument going back over 1,000 years, which means it's much older than really any of the Western instruments you care to think of, older than violins, older than guitars, older than pianos, older than most of the common instruments we know. And part of the belief system is very tied up in this cosmology of ancestor spirits and thought is that when you play the instrument, it's not actually you playing; it's the ancestor spirits who are playing through you, which I think is such a beautiful way to take ego out of the mix, which is, speaking for myself, can be a challenge as a musician on both sides of the coin. Like, you can feel insecure, you can feel too secure, but if it's not actually you playing, like, yeah. Anyhow, here's a little Nema Musasta. Yeah, that's a super short taste. Usually that would go on for 15 minutes or so. And the other people playing would play these rhythmically interlocking parts. You wouldn't play the same thing. It would get denser and denser, and it's already like an orchestra on its own. Also, let's acknowledge that it is the least visually stimulating instrument possibly in the world to watch somebody play. You don't get to see the business end of it. That's how it is. As music becomes more visual, that's more of a drawback. But if you go to my website, which is brendantaft.com, there is a video on there of me playing a song on the mbira and with different camera angles, so you can actually see what my fingers are doing if you want to explore that. All right. So the other kind of big pandemic enabled thing that has just happened in my life is I got a dog. I've been wanting a dog for quite a while, but I was touring a lot and could never figure out like exactly how that was going to work, and kept thinking to myself, if I just had like a period of 3 months where I was home for the whole time, I could get a dog and we could get a routine and be careful what you ask for. Sorry, world, that I don't think I'm to blame, but anyhow, got more than I asked for, and but of course, back in March, everyone else thought it would be a great time to get a dog too. So it took a while, and I just got this dog 2 weeks ago. He's a year old. He's a rescue dog, and his name is Blue, which is the segue into this next song, which you might know, some of you. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. He's super cute. He's a looker, I think. He's part lab, part Springer. And when he showed up, he was scared of the world and everything in it. I don't exactly know what happened, but really, really uncertain about everything. So, like, he was scared of his food dish. He wouldn't eat food for the first 4 days because the dish was so scary. I had to tip it out on the grass, and then he would eat it out of the grass. But then the thing that finally got him over the hump was some raw venison in the bowl. That did the trick. And it's been a really interesting experience where we're working on the basics and we're having a good time. And the very first song that happened when he showed up just kind of spontaneously was this one. You're gonna need a lot till you feel secure. It goes like this. You're gonna need a lot of loving. You're gonna need a lot of loving. You're gonna need a lot of loving until you feel secure. You're gonna need a lot of loving. You're gonna need a lot of loving. You're gonna need a lot of loving until you feel secure. So I sang that to him a lot for the first couple days. Seems to be working. He's over there in the corner. Anyhow, here's the song, Old Dog Blue, which is why I named him. He's not blue at all. I named him. It took me a couple days, and I decided on Blue. And I was talking to my mom, and he says, "What'd you name him?" I said, "Well, I'm calling him Blue." And there was this pause and deep confusion, and she said, But he's not blue. I'm like, I know. I just want to sing this song. It's called Old Dog Blue. This version is deeply indebted to the playing of Charlie Parr. I had no dog and his name was Blue. I had no dog and his name was Blue. I had no dog and his name was Blue. I bet you $5 he's a good dog too. Oh yeah, oh Blue, you good dog you. Blue treat a possum in a hollow log. Blue treat a possum in a hollow log. Blue treat a possum in a hollow log. That's how you know he's a damn good dog. Oh yeah, oh Blue, you good dog you. Blue got that possum out on a limb. Blue got that possum out on a limb. Blue got that possum out on a limb. The possum it growled at him. Oh yeah, oh Blue, I'm coming to. We baked that possum up nice and brown. We baked that possum up nice and brown. We baked that possum up nice and brown. Laid them hoe cakes all around. Oh yeah, oh Blue, you can have some too. When Blue died, he died so hard. When Blue died, he died so hard. When Blue died, he died so hard. He shook the ground in my backyard. Oh yeah, oh Blue, you good dog you. I dug his hole with a silver spade. I dug his hole with a silver spade. I dug his hole with a silver spade. I laid him down with a golden chain. Oh yeah, oh Blue, you good dog, you. I had no dog and his name was Blue. I had no dog and his name was Blue. I had no dog and his name was Blue. I bet you $5 she's a good dog too. Oh yeah, oh Blue, you good dog, you. My dog Blue, he's a good dog. He's sleeping at the moment, which is good. I was during sound check. He for the first time expressed any interest at all in the squeaky chew toy I got him a couple weeks ago, which he's been totally ignoring until the microphone was running. That was great. But he's snoozing away. On the banks of the river, where the willows hang down, the wild birds all warble the low moaning sound. Way down in the holler, where the water runs cold, it's there I first listened to the lies that you told. Now I lie on my bed, I see your sweet face. The past I remember, time cannot erase. The letter you wrote me was written in shame. I know that your conscience still echoes my name. Oh, the night is so long, and sorrow runs deep. Nothing is worse than a night without sleep. I walk out alone, look at the sky, too empty to sing, too lonesome to cry. If you ladies were blackbirds, if you ladies were thrushes, I'd lie there for hours in the cold, chilly marshes. If you ladies were stars way up in the dark, I'd chase round the world to avoid the dawn spark. That was a sad old song called Rock, Salt, and Nails, which for people taking notes at home, you're all at home, maybe some of you are taking notes, you might know that song. It's been floating around for a long time, and you might have noticed that I changed the end of it, which, just to make it confusing, is the line that has the phrase rock, salt, and nails. But other than that, it was just kind of like needlessly violent towards women, so I didn't feel like the song needed that, and I changed it, which can be, changing the tradition can be a controversial thing depending on how you fall. So I hope you'll accept that little edit job. If you're curious, if you haven't heard the song, the internet's obviously at your fingers to find out what I changed. My take is that traditions are living, evolving things, and can react to the times. So, that was Rock, Salt, and Nails. Such a stunning melody. Oh. Back to the banjo. Wasn't sure you'd had your full dose of vitamin B for the day. That's vitamin B for banjo. So here you go. First, I need some vitamin W for water. I'm just gonna play you a tune, and I saw that you had the great Pete's Posse last night as part of the festival. Amazing band, great guys. We're from the same state, though different ends of it. So here's a Pete Sutherland tune, one of his old ones. It's called Poor Man's Dream. going across the mountain, fare thee well. Going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. That chorus, by the way, is going to come around a lot after every verse, as is the pattern. So feel free to sing along at home. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. From the great Frank Prophet. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. My rations, they're on my back, my powder, it is dry. I'm going across the mountain, oh Chrissy, don't you cry. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I'm going across the mountain to join the boys in blue. And when this war is over, I'll come back to you. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I'm going across the mountain if I have to crawl. When I see old Johnny Reb, I'll give him my rifle ball. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. Way before it's good daylight, if nothing happens to me, I'll be way down yonder in old Tennessee. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I know you'll miss me when I'm gone, but I'm going through. When this war is over, I'll come back to you. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I'm going across the mountain, fare thee well. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo tell. I'm going across the mountain, you can hear my banjo. Hear my banjo tell. Frank Prophet. Nice singing, if you were singing. Yeah, what do we do? I should, I'm gonna admit at this point, this is my first live streaming concert, I think, of my life. Certainly first solo one. It all just seemed really weird to me, so I kind of retreated from I'm a Luddite going way back. So I retreated from the world a little bit. But it's nice. It's nice to be dipping my toes back in. Thanks again for being here. Thank you to Golden Link and Folk Music Notebook. All the support that people have been giving to musicians and artists like me during this whole time has really been incredible. Deeply, really appreciate all that. Speaking of which, there is the tipping option. I have PayPal, Venmo. I just got Venmo. Sounds like one of the hobbits that didn't get written about, right? Frodo, Venmo, Bilbo. Anyhow, I have those things, and if you wanted to, it would be very appreciated. Throw something in the tip jar. That'd be great. And if you can't, if the pandemic has impacted you in that way, just enjoy the music, and it'll all come back around, I'm sure. So, thanks for all that support for the past 6 months, and I'm sure going forward. This is a Bob Dylan song. Nothing round here to me that's sacred except you, yeah, you. There's nothing round here to me that matters except you, yeah, you. You're the one that reaches me, the one that I admire. Every time we meet together I feel like I'm on fire. There's nothing that matters to me, there's nothing I desire except you, yeah, you. There's nothing around here I care to try for except you, yeah, you. I got nothing here to live or die for except you, yeah, you. There's a hymn I used to hear in churches all the time. Makes me feel so good inside, so peaceful, so sublime. But there's nothing to remind me of that old familiar chime except you, yeah, you. I'm a stranger here, no one sees me except you, yeah, you. Nothing round here seems to please me except you, yeah, you. Nothing hypnotizes me or holds me in a spell. Everything runs by me just like water from the well. Everybody wants my attention, everybody's got something to sell except you, yeah, you. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-ba, bow, daddy, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-ba-dee, ba-dee. There's nothing around here to me that's sacred except you, yeah, you. Nothing around here to me that matters except you, yeah, you. reaches me, one that I desire. Every time we meet together, I feel like I'm on fire. There's nothing that matters to me, there's nothing I desire except you, yeah, you. Thanks. So we're rolling in to home here. This is probably the thing I was most stressed about for the set, is how bad a timekeeper I am when I'm on stage. Get to telling a story, and so I'm surreptitiously checking my clock to make sure we're doing okay. We're doing okay. I've got you for a few more minutes, and then the fabulous Magpie will be on, and I hope you enjoy that. And then there's a post-show reception on Zoom. Wear your party hats, bring a cocktail, and we'll have a chat. That'd be nice. So before we get there, I was kind of hoping Blue might make a special appearance, but he's still sleeping. Here's not quite. Sorry. We tune because we care. As one friend said, try to think of tuning like airplane maintenance. It's not great when you're happening, but you're really happy that it did. So we just want to get that dialed in a little better. Pesky B string is always a problem. Anyhow, I was saying, tried to start with a kind of a song that made sense for the times, and here's another one. This is a Blind Alfred Reed song called "I Always Lift Him Up and Never Knock Him Down," and for me, anyhow, speaks to that, the way that we can all help each other carry through this time. So. When a man has got the blues and feels discouraged, knows nothing else but trouble all his life, well, he's just an honest man like any other, living in a world of aggravating strife. If he's sick and tired of life and takes to drinking, do not pass him by, don't greet him with a frown. Do not fail to lend a hand and try to help him. Always lift him up and never knock him down. If he stays out late at night because he's troubled, or because his home is not what it should be, have a smile for him wherever you may meet him. Will help him find the right way, don't you see? If he gambles when he's in the town or city, tell him what he ought to do to gain the crown. Do not fail to lend a hand and try to help him. Always lift him up and never knock him down. If he has no friends and everything's against him, if he fails at everything that he has tried to lift his load to help him bear his burdens, let him know that you are walking by his side. If he feels that all is lost and he has fallen, try to place this poor man's feet on solid ground. Just remember he's some mother's precious darling. Always lift him up and never knock him down. Just remember he's some mother's precious darling. Always lift him up and never knock him down. I always lift him up and never knock him down. Yeah, I always lift them up. It's a good message. I think we have just a couple minutes. Yeah, I don't think I have quite enough time to squeeze in another one. So just all those thank yous again. Golden Link and Folk Music Notebook and all of your fine selves for tuning in here and joining me tonight. Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show and that I get to see you at the reception. And there are those tip jars, and I think that's all that's all I need to say. I'll play you out with a banjo tune, and I'll just play it for a bit. So when the time is done, switch over to Magpie, and see you in a bit.
Thank you for attending the 49th Annual Turtle Hill Folk Festival, virtually the best festival you couldn't attend. We're glad you're here for this historic event. And how wonderful to hear that last concert by Brendan in his first Golden Link appearance. There's no fee to attend this year's festival, but we hope you will be generous in contributing to the tip jar for each performer. This is a hard time for everyone, but especially for the musicians who are unable to tour and perform due to the pandemic. The link to each performer's tip jar will be posted on screen and in the chat during the concert. You can also find the links on the Golden Link website at goldenlink.org/festival. We would like to thank our past Gold Link level sponsors of the Turtle Hill Folk Festival, including Stutzman's Guitar Center, Lori's Natural Foods, and Fiddlers of the Genesee. We encourage you to extend your support to them as well. This year's festival t-shirt is available for purchase in our new Golden Link online store. There are men's and ladies' short-sleeved styles, as well as a long-sleeved version. You can order yours on the website at goldenlink.org/store. If you're enjoying the music and you like to sing, I encourage you to stop by on a Tuesday night for our weekly sing-around, now online via Zoom. Everyone gets a chance to sing a song, request a song, or just listen. It's fun to hear a wide variety of folk songs, and as long as you stay muted on your own device, you can sing along at home. You can find the details and the Zoom link on the Golden Link website. Golden Link was founded in 1971, and in addition to hosting one of the longest-running sing-arounds in the country, and this annual festival, presents concerts and educational workshops. Follow us on Facebook or join the mailing list on our website to find out about future events. I want to give a special thanks to all the volunteers who have made this event possible, especially Betty Smits, our festival chair, and Val Fowler, Artistic Director and Golden Link's President. Coming up next is a concert by Magpie, who have been here before, and I'm sure you're in for a treat. Remember to stick around after the concert to meet and talk to all the performers in the post-concert Zoom reception. This is your opportunity to get to know them, talk to them a little bit, ask questions, give encouragement. You can find the Zoom link on the Golden Link website. Again, thanks for coming, and keep on singing.
Beware the terrible thoughts. It's the tip of the iceberg. We don't see what doesn't show. Our daughters and sons will be the ones who will know what lies below if the iceberg melts away. Oh, see the stern, every stumble toward the goal builds the body, mind, and soul. I am part of the whole. When I occupy this moment, I occupy this world. When you occupy this moment, you occupy this world. When we occupy this moment, we occupy this world.
Now this is a song that I wrote last year. There's a storm on the horizon, the skies are blustery and gray. All hands on deck, anchors away. The captain says full steam ahead, you can trust in me. Now we're hanging on for dear life between the devil and the deep blue sea. His crew if you are determined to leave this world, if you can't live with the status quo, I'm sorry that your life has come down to this, but don't take anyone with you when you go. Don't take anyone. Don't take anyone. This is your fight, and yours alone. Don't take your mother, that stranger over there, or your brother. Don't take anyone with you into the great unknown.
Well, up in the Northeast, where I was born, where there's a spirit in the frost, and May blooms in cottonwood, and September rolls in goldenrod and juniper moss, and the clouds hold me up toward the light of constellation shine. I sailed 500 miles from shore to shore. Woven golden hair, the Black River's daughter so fair. I was born to live in times like you.
Don't you mind people grinning in your face? They jump you up and down. They carry you all around and round. Just as soon as your back is turned, they'll be trying to cut you down. But just bear this in mind, a true friend is hard to find. Don't you mind people grinning in your face? Don't mind people grinning in your face. Oh Lord, just bear this in mind, a true friend is hard to
right. I think we're on.
Are we?
We are.
I didn't see the Turtle Hill thing.
It's right up there.
You just moved it too much.
Just a little bit. There we go.
We have to see the dolls.
Oh, I think it's all just fine. All right, here we go, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for the Turtle Hill Festival, folks, for putting this on. Hope you're having a great evening. And here we go. Here's a little song from our Sheroes, the Boswell Sisters. It's called, Is That the Human Thing to Do?
To where is human? I heard you say forgiveness is divine. But all the sweet things that you may say can't mend this heart of mine. Never thought that anyone in their right mind could ever treat another human so unkind. Didn't you sneak away and leave a note behind? Was that the human thing to do? I always thought that yours was such a heart of gold, but after I was sold on all the tales you told, didn't you let your kisses turn from hot to cold? Was that the human thing to do? Now I'm not trying to patch things up. What's been done must be. Lord, I wouldn't even treat a pup the way it treated me. How could anybody be so darned unfair? You let me hang around until I learned to care. Didn't you even laugh and leave me crying there? Was that the human thing to do? beg you for a little sympathy. Did you even try to hide in me? Was that the human thing to do? Was that the human thing to do? Was that the human thing to do? Yeah. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We're going to do a bunch of songs, different songs, the kinds of different songs that we love to do. And you know what? They're all love songs.
That's right. And this next one is one that we wrote inspired by the words of Pete Seeger when someone said to him, how would you define folk music? And he said, I call them all love songs.
He said, I never liked that term folk song.
But this is a wonderful little song that we wrote, and I hope you sing along on the chorus. It's got a very singable chorus. And as I said, a little tribute to Pete Seeger. Speaking of which, this is a Bruce Taylor guitar, the same man that made Pete Seeger's.
That's right.
Lent Greg this beautiful, beautiful instrument.
I call them all love songs, 'cause that is what they are. Love the road be smooth or rough. Love for this crazy world and all humanity. Still we know love alone is not enough. It's about the workers in solidarity, and about their singing on the line. A song about their dreams to make a better world. Like a beacon through the night we let it shine. A hope for the planet, the home that we all share, that we may strive to heal the damage we have done. A lament about the wrong of war and standing to defy. It's a song about the peace that we have won. I call them all love songs, 'cause that is what they are. Love though the road be smooth or rough. Love for this crazy world and all humanity. Still we know love alone is not enough. It's the struggle of poor people just fighting to get by, and the greedy who take more than their share. A song about the ones who help to feed body and mind, their brothers and their sisters anywhere. A song about walking, not just talking as we go, remembering the good things that we do. A song about standing with and for each other now, for we know love is not enough to see us through. I call them all love songs, 'cause that is what they are. Love though the road be smooth or rough. Love for this crazy world and all humanity. Still we know love alone is not enough. It's about searching for the truth, and about the things that are unknown. A song about freedom and the struggle that goes on. The story of the country you call home. A song about the river ever flowing to the sea, from the mountains in the north forever tall. The dream of clear water and the wind that fills her sails. It's a a song about us all. I call them all love songs, 'cause that is what they are. Love though the road be smooth or rough. Love for this crazy world and all humanity. Still we know love alone is not enough. We know love alone is not enough.
Thank you to Pete.
You know, Greg and I love doing songs that are inspired by people like Pete and people that whose shoulders we stand on. A wonderful woman named Rachel Carson. We did a 3-year study on things that she was concerned about and put together a lovely tribute CD called Songs of the Earth, Tribute to Rachel Carson. And we collected a lot of songs around those issues that she was concerned about. Most people know her for the book, Silent Spring. But this is just a song about how sometimes you just need replenishing. And some of the best way to get replenished is to go near water, to sit by water, to listen to water. So this is a song by Kat Eggleston called Go to the Water. Again, these got a great chorus, don't you think, Greg?
I love the chorus. Wait a minute. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Go to the water, walk down slow, where the rock is battered and the branch hangs low, where the sea is rough and the sun burns hotter. No love, go to the water. Sing it with us.
Go to the water, walk down slow, where the rock is battered and the branch hangs low, where the sea is rough and the sun burns hotter. No love, go to the water. You walk through the garden in the early spring, where the wild blossom was a growing thing. You pressed that flower in your favorite book and kept its color, but never more fruit. Go to the water, walk down slow, where the rock is battered and the branch hangs low, where the sea is rough and the sun burns hotter. To know love, go to the water.
We're going to do one that we wrote here now several years ago. And I think this kind of says pretty much what we believe about what we do, what we try to do with our lives.
And a lot of you do too. I mean, the protection of the environment has been an issue that we've all been working on and continue to work on. I heard the funniest recycling song the other night when we shared it an evening with Tom Chapin. But this is just a beautiful song we wrote several years ago that we hope you'll enjoy, called Before the Morning
I want to
Sun.
send this out. We've been hearing terrible news coming from the West Coast. So we send this out to people who are struggling to get by, and not just that, obviously. Very weird times we're all living in. So send this song out to anybody that's suffering. I stand before the morning sun, the dark night close behind. Another day to live the hope, no longer running blind. I've seen storm clouds coming, I've felt the cold hard rain, but when loving friends stand by me, I can rise up once again. I can rise up once again. I stand before the morning sun, land bathed in you light, sparkling rivers and high mountains. On birds' wings my heart takes flight. I lend a hand to all I can, try to leave this world a better place. See all as my relations, beyond the human race, beyond the human race. I stand before that morning sun, in a land of promise born. The lies of stolen power I do behold with scorn. I bow to no master, defy false piety. My faith is in the living earth, that each day gives birth to me, each day gives birth to me. We stand before the morning sun, with others hand in hand. Our journey now has just begun. At the crossroads now we stand, turning away from fool's treasure, each one to do our part.
other's heart is in each other's heart. Well, we're going to move on to one of my favorite songwriters, Stephen Goodman. Good old Steve. You know, sometimes he just knows how to put a song together. Here's one. We'll send it out to Val tonight and to all you Steve Goodman lovers, our friend Lou Dunham. It's called Between the Lines. But let me get the right harmonica, Greg, because
And hi, Nancy.
it's
We
over
see
there.
you. We noticed that you're here. Thank you for all your notes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, now
You
I'm
all set?
ready.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. The day you're born, they sign a piece of paper to certify the date of your birth. And the day you die, they sign another just to prove you've gone back to the earth. In between those two pieces of paper is a truth that is so hard to find. And the story of your life is written, but you must read in between the lines. When you're young, you think it doesn't matter if you leave before you look. But those old folks are wiser and sadder from the chances that they took. Now when your chance comes along, you must take it. Just be careful and take your time. And the chances are good you will make it if you could read in between the lines. And when somebody tells you that they love you, and no one could ever love you more, it is wise to stop and consider how many times they might have said that before. Because when love leaves you crying, you will surely lose your mind. And you might have known love was lying if you could read in between the lines. Yes, you might have known love was lying if you could read in between the lines. Well, that was fun.
It was. I had fun. So now we're gonna do another Chicagoland song. This earlier this year we lost one of the great songwriters of our generation, Michael Peter Smith, the guy who wrote The Dutchman and Spoon River, and well, we loved Michael, and we did a number of festivals with him over the years, and other gigs too. Phil Oakes Song Night out in Chicago. Wonderful guy, wonderful songwriter, and this is one of his songs that has a great chorus, and we love singing it. It's unusual for anybody to write a song in 6/8 time.
It's
but he
also
did.
it's also good for all you herpetologists out there. So get ready. Here we go. Sing along.
One day a beautiful princess was walking on a log. On a slab of Peter should she meet but Fred the talking frog. Top of the morning to your last. Hello, hello, cries he. I'd be glad you know if you'd stop a mo and listen close to me. You see, I've been bewitched and I'm needing a royal miss. Such is your lovely self. To give this ugly bug a kiss, such a madam, marry you. To be rightful, Johnny go Barham, higgly-piggly, down and around to me hi-ho. Barham Scarab, riding a white horse or cranberry, down to me toady, trimming capote, driving to Sligo with Molly O'Shea, but I dance by the sea with a wreck of a tea on a bleary Sunday morning.
Well, I've heard that song and that dance before. Said the princess, it's all fine, but if it's a kiss you're after, chances are you'll have to stand in line. There's frogs outside me father's castle. There's frogs in the royal hall. There's frogs climbing up the chimney. There's frogs bouncing off the wall. There's frogs floating in the mountain, on the stairs and on the shelf. If I had to kiss every one of them, by Jesus, I'd have no time to myself. So laddie, let's make it quick, for swiftly falls the hour, and I'm due back home from the evening shift of pining in the tower. To be rightful, Johnny go Garham, higgly-piggly, down and around to me hi-ho. Harriman Scarab, riding a white horse like cranberry, down to me toady, trimming capote, faith in Begara, it's Marion O'Hara, driving to Sligo with Molly O'Shea, but I dance by the sea with a wreck of a tea on a bleary Sunday morning. Well, she's just about to kiss him when Mrs. Frog comes hopping by, saying, "Fred, you're late for supper."
"Coming, dear,"
was his reply. "You mean he's not bewitched?" the princess says. "No, just odd," said Mrs. Frog. "And in the kissing princesses he meets upon the bug. You know, I loves me Fred, but he chafes in family ties. And I invite you home for dinner, me dear, but I only have 2 lies. Thank God you didn't kiss him. Today's your lucky day. When I kissed Fred, I was a princess too. And so I got this way. To be rightful, Johnny go Barham, higgly-piggly, down and around to me hi-ho. Harriman Scarab, riding a white horse or cranberry, down to me toady, trimming capote, faith in Begara, it's Marion O'Hara, hark to the Howard, it's Barry Fitzgerald, riding to Sligo with Molly O'Shea, but I dance by the sea with a wreck of a tea on a bleary Sunday morning. To me toady, trimming capote, faith in Begara, it's Marion O'Hara, hark to the Harold, it's Barry Fitzgerald, all in a Volkswagen with Victor McLagan, driving to Sligo with Molly O'Shea, but I dance by the sea with a wreck of a tea on a bleary Sunday morning. But I dance by the sea with an LSD Timothy Leary Sunday morning. Nothing like a little silliness. That felt good.
Yes.
Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta laugh to keep from crying, as they say. But here's a really fun song, but I'm gonna dedicate it tonight, as I have been lately, to all my rebel girls, and you know who you are. This is a song that was inspired by Elizabeth Gurley Flynn and John Hill.
Here's her
Joe Hill.
Joe Hill, and this is her autobiography right here on the shelf behind us, The Rebel Girl.
And Joe Hill wrote this song about her while he was in jail. So
Awaiting execution.
now this is a real ragtime piece, because that was the kind of music around his time period.
1915.
So have some fun, and it's called The Rebel Girl.
Yeah, join in on the chorus.
Ready?
Pretty good. 1, 2, 3.
There are women of many descriptions in this queer world, as everyone knows. Some are living in beautiful mansions, some are wearing the finest of clothes. There are blue-blooded queens and princesses who have charms made of diamonds and pearls. But the only thoroughbred lady is the rebel girl. That's the rebel girl. That's the rebel girl. To the working class, she's a precious pearl. She brings courage, pride, and joy to the fighting rebel boy. We've had girls before, but we need some more in the industrial workers of the world. For it's great to fight for freedom with the rebel girl. Hands may be hardened from labor, and her dress may not be very fine. do a couple of labor songs because, of course, we just are past Labor Day weekend. And Greg and I have been honored to actually play at the Eugene Victor Debs home. And
In Terre Haute, Indiana.
we wanted to share this song with you, which will just take me a few minutes to get situated.
This is a song that we wrote based on the speech, the infamous speech, the famous speech that Eugene V. Debs delivered on the 16th of June, 1918, the speech that landed him in federal prison, a 10-year sentence, which he didn't serve all 10 years, fortunately. And it was during that imprisonment that he ran for president and won almost 1 million votes. And so this is the story of a young man in Canton, Ohio, who's gone out to hear and see Eugene Victor Debs and be inspired by him in that famous park, Nemesilla Park, which is a place that I spent a fair amount of my childhood because Canton, Ohio is my hometown. So this is called Canton. Actually, if you're from Canton, it's pronounced Canton.
1918.
Canton, 1918. Back in 1918, on a sunny day in June, 1,000 of us gathered that hopeful afternoon in Nemesilla Park between the railroad and the creek to see Eugene Victor Debs and to hear him speak. He came down to Canton to talk and take a stand for peace and justice for the working class throughout the land. Now forever I'll remember, wherever I may roam, the prescient words that Gene Debs spoke in my Ohio home. Debs had run for president, it was him I voted for. But now I heard he was coming here with a cry against the war, when so many in our country were still itching for that fight. He was a solitary beacon in a stormy night. He'd come to see our comrades in the workhouse locked away. They would not feed the war machine, their consciences betray. From the Yonkers to the robber barons, money's what it's for. Poor workers were daily dying in a rich man's war. He said there are better days ahead if to ourselves we're true, and we'll all rise in common cause, rebuild this world anew. If we just work together, stand for what is right, make this great cause triumphant, all the working class unite. He stood there bone and sinew with a fire in his eyes and a voice full of passion from a heart so true and wise. With courage unrelenting, his words defied their power, even though no doubt he knew the danger of the hour. He said 1,000 times I'd rather be a free soul in jail than a coward in the streets, a sycophant for sale. So I stood enthralled there that fateful summer day. That man changed my life with every word he had to say. He said there are better days ahead if to ourselves we're true, and we'll all rise in common cause, rebuild this world anew. If we just work together, stand for what is right, make this great cause triumphant, all the working class unite. They hauled him off to jail
sedition, so they said. A dangerous man like Debs just has to be stopped dead. He said, I ask no mercy, plead for no immunity. For now I see the rising of those who would be free. I clearly see the struggle now between our human need and the wicked powers of exploitation and of greed. But the cross of stars is bending as we pass through the night, and the people awaken joyful in the hope of morning light. He said there are better days ahead if to ourselves we're true, and we'll all rise in common cause, rebuild this world anew. If we just work together, stand for what is right, make this great cause triumphant, all the working class unite.
Eugene Debs. So, here's one from Utah Phillips, but I gotta go get my dulcimer.
It's right there. Yes, we sang this song along with a bunch of other musicians a few years back.
Janice, I don't know. Greg insisted you be able to see my dulcimer, but it doesn't look like it's working. So all you dulcimer players, we can have our own workshop sometime. I'm sure I can learn a lot from all of you.
It's a reverse workshop.
It is. Why not? So here's a little song from Utah
I'd
Phillips.
like to do a reverse guitar workshop and have all the guitar players come and teach me what they know.
After all,
That's a
you
good
know,
idea.
I think it's a great idea. So here's a little song called "Singing Through the Hard Times." So don't forget to sing.
Are we having hard times?
No way.
No, okay, we're just singing through them anyway.
Ready? Here we go.
How does this song go?
Sometimes our living gets so dark and lonesome. Seems like there's nothing we can do. So we reach out to each other and raise a song together and let our voices carry us through. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come.
When the war clouds gather, it's so easy to be angry, just as hard not to be afraid. But you know in your own heart, no matter what happens, you just can't turn your back and walk away. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. times, working for the good times to come. We are singing through the hard times, singing through the hard times, working for the good times to come. Yes, we're working for the good times to come.
Well, one of the hard times that we're all living through, we've been seeing play out on the streets of America this year. And this is a song that deals with that topic, the subject of racial justice. And this is a song we wrote a few years ago for the what was the 45th anniversary of the shootings on the campus of Jackson State College in Jackson, Mississippi in May of 1970. It was just a couple of weeks after the shootings on the campus of Kent State University in Kent, Ohio, which is where Terry was a student. And the commemoration was at Kent State, and we went there and we sang this song.
I can't find my A-flat harmonica, Fred. Maybe it's on a table out there.
We'll wait for you.
Talk about the teachers tonight.
There might be one on the shelf right there.
Check it out, Fred. Talk about the t-shirt.
At Jackson State College, anti-war demonstrators, like on many campuses, that spring, we can do it a half step lower if you don't have an A flat, Hart.
Okay, but I would prefer to do it in A-flat.
They were protesting
Do it in A then.
the escalation of the war,
Do it in A. Can you do it in A?
and they were fired upon by local police, state police, and the National Guard.
It's right there.
There it is. And 2 students were killed, 2 young men, name of James Earl Green and Philip Gibbs. And there were lots of people wounded. We don't even know how many there were. This is the story of what happened at Jackson State.
So right behind me, did Greg tell you about the Turtle Hills
No, I didn't.
t-shirt that you could get? Here it is. You might want to get it. It says,
Nice. It's nice.
The best festival
you couldn't attend.
the best festival you couldn't attend.
All right, here we go.
Okay, here we go. This is called Mississippi Clay. Didn't come to fight here. We didn't come to burn. We came here to study.
We came here to learn. Now more of our brothers are dying in your evil war. We're standing here to say we ain't gonna take it anymore. But with one bottle crashing, shattering on the concrete ground, a lie was born of gunfire, of a sniper's sound. Then a hail of bullets, buckshot aimed low and high. It was the ones down on the ground, bound to bleed and die. Now every sister take a brother, every brother take a hand, and sit down on this bloody ground. For justice take our stand. With the white magnolias blooming on a sunny day in May, there's 2 more black bodies lying in the Mississippi clay.
The windows, they were shattered, curtains flapping in the air. Blood was splattered on the wall. There was crying everywhere.
Hundreds of gunshots missed flesh and hit the wall, and left their speckled witness on Alexander Hall. Then the cops stuffed their pockets with spent shells they'd fired, and with made-up stories together they conspired. But no cop went to jail, no one served a single day, when they laid James and Philip in the Mississippi clay. Now every sister take a brother, every brother take a hand, and sit down on this bloody ground, for justice take our stand. With the white magnolias blooming on a bloody day in May, there's 2 more black bodies lying in the Mississippi clay.
Just like Kent and Berkeley and Orangeburg before, if you're a cop and take a life, justice is ignored. From the fights for freedom to the struggles to bring peace, you speak out at your peril when you face down the police.
So tell me now, just what has changed here in this freedom land, when the killers dressed in uniforms don't even get a slap upon the hand? From Ferguson to New York to the streets of East LA, it's not so very far from the Mississippi clay. Now every sister take a brother, every brother take a hand, and march across this hallowed ground, for justice take our stand. From Sandra Bland to Tammy Rice to the death of Freddie Gray, it's not so very far from the Mississippi clay. Now every sister take a brother, every brother take a hand, and march across this hallowed ground, for justice take our stand. From Rochester, Minneapolis, to any city, USA, it's not so very far from the Mississippi clay. No, it's not so very far from the Mississippi clay.
So here's one in dedication to John Lewis, who we lost this year, and all the freedom fighters. A lot of them in this song are the women. So it was written by by Matt Jones.
We were very fortunate to know and work with many of the SNCC Freedom Singers, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. And Matt Jones wrote some incredible songs during that time, and this is one of them. We hope you'll sing along. It's what the Weavers used to call a zipper song. So just zip in whatever you like, and that's what we're going to do tonight. It's called Longkesh, because Matt went over to Ireland to see Bobby Sands, and this song came out of it.
down to North Carolina to see Ella Baker. She was not there, but her spirit keeps on living.
It keeps on living.
I could see her shining face on the men and on the women and the children. They sang freedom song. I went down to Mississippi to see Fannie Lou Hamer. She was not there, but her spirit keeps on living.
It keeps on living.
I can see her shining face on the men and on the women and the children. They sang freedom song. I went over to India to see Mahatma Gandhi. He was not there, but his spirit keeps on living.
It keeps on living.
I can see his shining face on the men and on the women and the children. They sang freedom song. I went over to Kenya to see Wangari Maathai. She was not there, but the spirit keeps on living.
It keeps on living.
I can see her shining face on the men and on the women and the children. They sang freedom song. I went down to Washington to see
Ocasio-Cortez.
She was there, and her spirit keeps on living.
It keeps on living.
I can see her shining face on the men and on the women and the children. They sang freedom song. I went down to Washington to see Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was there, and her spirit keeps on living.
It keeps on living.
I can see her shining face on the men and on the women and the children. They sang freedom song. I went down to Washington to see John Lewis. He was not there, but his spirit keeps on living.
It keeps on living.
I can see his shining face on the men and on the women and the children. They sang freedom song. And the children, they sang freedom songs. Oh yes, they did. And the children, they sang freedom songs.
Well, the reason I couldn't find my harmonica because it was sitting right in front of me. It was hidden in plain view. For those of you that saw the little magpie faux pas earlier. Anyway, we're ending up our set, and we really want to thank Val and Janice and Doug and gosh, the list of names I don't even know them all. But give the round of applause to Turtle Hill and to the Golden Link Folk Society for their many years of helping support the arts and musicians all over the world.
Yes, we've played out there many times over the years, and we love that. Certainly do love that community. Love this festival. This is a really great festival. So we're going to
Sometime
end
we'd
up.
like to do it not virtually.
Yeah, we will. We'll do it. We will do it in person. There's no doubt about it.
No, I have to be on Capo 3. Imagine my embarrassment.
So this is a song that we wrote, inspired by something that Pete Seeger wrote, and used to have these words of Pete's on a poster hanging next to my desk for so many years. And then, of course, the debacle that we're living in began, and there was talk of somebody wanting to build a wall. We decided that it was wrong to build a wall. What we need to build is not a wall, but the world that we want to live in. So that's the gist of this song.
So please sing along. And don't forget, Vote.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Number one importance is
This-
to vote.
This is called Build the World. Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free, false borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land. Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free, false borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land. Where the people's will shall never fail to rout the tyrant and support the frail, seek the righteous path of honesty, to the high and haughty of low degree. Where every soul gets what they need, no one takes more by graft and greed. Work, wealth, joy, hardship we'll all share, and no one will yearn to be a billionaire. Build a world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free, false borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land. Where no vote suppressed, no dream deferred, and every person's voice is heard. Rights remain uninterrupted, and elected ones stand uncorrupted. Where rule is not by stolen power, all can speak out and not cower. Money can't defeat the choice made by the power of the people's voice. Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free, false borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land. Where in compassion all people live, and the noblest action is to forgive. With one another we seek accord, respect and dignity are restored. Where armies stand down everywhere, swords finally become plowshares. Tranquility will then increase, when weapons of war shall rust in peace. Build a world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free, false borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land. Build the world that we want to see, where we live in peace, from fear we're free, false borders fall, we'll join hand in hand, till the arc of justice touches every land, till the arc of justice touches every land. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the music. Have a safe evening.
We're going to have a little reception over on Zoom. If you've got the link,
All
come on
right.
over and visit us there, and we'll have a...
This is a unique opportunity. Most people don't get to do this, but that's how Turtle Hill is. They are inventive
So-
and imaginative.
It'll take us a few minutes to switch over to Zoom, but we'll see you there.
See you there. Thanks so much. We're Magpie.
On behalf of the Golden Link Sounding Board, I want to thank you for coming to the 49th Annual Turtle Hill Folk Festival. Don't forget to put something in the tip jar for the performers. And you can find out more information about Golden Link and how to become a member on our website at goldenlink.org. Please stick around for the post-concert Zoom reception. Thanks.